about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about comics. Harambe YouTube, it is Charles here, and today I want to talk about Medieval Spawn number 2. I am not going to be giving you a blow by blow because I want you to be able to enjoy the book yourself if you happen to come across it, but I will give you my thoughts and opinions and a comparison that really stuck out to me. First, I want to start by saying that Roy McConville, the writer, did a great job on this, setting it apart from the rest of the Spawn universe. It is very much a book in the Spawn universe, but they've given Medieval Spawn its own aesthetic, its own lore, its own feeling, and it really reminds me of the Red Sonja books that when I first got into comics. I would say about 2021, 2022, that run of Red Sonja. That's what it feels like. It's in a medieval type time, and it deals with double-dealing religious zealots, good versus evil, going from village to village on adventures of either revenge or conquer or whatever. And so it has those same type of vibes in a good way, but it's not derivative. It's its own story, but it feels that familiar. And even the art style itself, the way it's drawn, it has that early 2020s Dynamite comic aesthetic here if you look a little bit at the art. And so it was familiar to me in a great way. And so I like that really about it. But here, when we first met Medieval Spawn in his own time, not in the current modern day Spawn run where he is featured, but back when he was battling the Knights Templar, I believe. And this reality, I read the first line to you: the Order, a breakaway faction of the Knights Templar, was originally formed to combat vampire covens in eastern Egypt at the end of the 12th century. While the Templars eventually fell, the Order prospered, expanding its ambitions to destroy all impurities. As a Hellspawn, I was particularly reviled, and by this point in my life, I had clashed with its forces several times. And so it gives you the state of play of where Medieval Spawn is in relation to his time, and powers that be and the forces that may work for or against him, with or against him. And we meet an interesting character here who is a priest, a wise older priest in the Order, and he is kind of beset upon by a younger priest who is very zealous to get Medieval Spawn. The older, wiser priest, he argues for timing, building up their forces, and let things, play out as they may, because he realizes, I believe, that the subtext is he knows that Medieval Spawn does more good than bad, and that he is on their side. It's not stated specifically, but it's implied. And so you have the tension there. And then at the end of the last issue, they had rescued a boy fleeing his village when his village was beset upon and it was turned into zombies. And he was orphaned, and Medieval Spawn took him under his wing as his squire. And at the end, he mentioned that this would be a decision that he would regret. And so we still have that tension that was kind of foreshadowed in issue 1. Here, when we see the young Richard, he's slightly older, a grizzled veteran of the wars, still trying to track down this entity. What was its name? Trying to get you hip here with the info. Abraxas. That's who they're searching for. That's who has released this plague and is pillaging these villages. And so while we have that tension going on and the mystery of Richard's future and their current quest, we also have the dissension that's happening in the Order as kind of a B plot. and these two plots are seemingly headed toward um, a monumental clash, if you will. And that's as many story beats as I want to give you, because, like I said, these reviews are not to spoil anything, but to get you hip and know what to expect. And the art is fun. It's not as dark and foreboding as the wider Spawn universe. A very fun medieval aesthetic, like I said, that really is reminiscent to me of the early 2020s Red Sonja runs, and the content of the story as well. It's not going to be revolutionary, game changing storytelling, but it's something, like I said, it's familiar in a good way, like your old favorite pair of shoes with a new take. And so I can't suggest it enough. Maybe we'll Spawn #2 from Image Comics. Get it at a local comic book store. And if you're in Wyoming, I always suggest Spellbound Apothecary and Entertainment. When you spend over $35 in Wyoming, they will ship it to you for free in state. And if you're not in Wyoming, check out my friends over at coffeeandcomic.com. They ship nationwide and have great deals on shipping and wonderful customer service. I will see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. I'm out.